I was looking at the bramble clearing that Paula had been doing when I came up to the gate the other day with the car to get in, and I saw a hat lying just here on the bank. So I picked it up, took it home for her. But it's got a hole in it. It's reversible, this hat. So when we reversed it, I realised there's a massive hole in it. What could do that? And then we remembered that we'd seen some rats running across the drive there, and probably down this drain that had been displaced. I don't know who by, but you can see it's not in line with where it should be, and actually it was an access point that any small rodent could have easily got in and out of the drain. So I rigged up this piece of pipe inside to allow me to lift it, because that piece of concrete weighs about 40 kilos and too heavy for me to just lift it on and off myself. Tidied up the soil around it to see if I could make space for it to go on. Move that out of the way so I can work. Sort of imagining I might be able to wiggle it into place. Went to lunch, left the digger to creep down the hill slightly, as they do. It has a groove in the part that's come right off that fits into a ridge on the plastic fitting that's still in the ground. Finished cleaning out the area that it's got to go back into. I noticed that the plastic in the ground was quite oval rather than round. I was just trying to relieve the sides of it so it could maybe go back into a more circular shape. But that never really happened. It stayed oval, which was part of the problem really, made it quite difficult to fit on. I was hoping if I lifted it in the right place, it would just hang horizontally. So I tried a few different options, but it was being lifted from too low, so it was never going to be stable. Like, it balanced for a moment, but then it would flop over. So just had to move it into place, wiggle it about a bit, move it a little bit more, and keep on like that until it was as close as possible to where it needed the plastic bits to fit back on again. I got quite fed up with this because it took absolutely ages and I didn't seem to be making any progress. I couldn't get the upstanding ridge of the bit that was in the ground to go in the groove of the bit that I was trying to lower onto it. It wasn't going anywhere, so I thought I'd pull it out of the ground, clean it up again. I put a piece of Coke can in the groove on the bit I was trying to fit in the hope that that would help guide the bit in the ground into the groove it was supposed to go on. And in fact, there probably was quite a bit of soil that had gone down into that area that was making the job more difficult. I didn't seem to be making any progress for a long time, and I did almost give up. I wondered about breaking up the concrete and putting the plastic in the ground without that extra weight, and then putting the concrete back in fresh. But then, just as I was about to think it couldn't be done, it went in. I wiggled it about a bit. It was quite hard on the back. Got a bit more soil out around the edge so it could go down nice and flush. So there's no leaks or opportunities for rodents to get into the sewer. We're going to reuse this for surface water drainage when we build our house, which is why we're keen to look after it. It won't be getting used for foul drainage again. So there it was, done. Put a bit of scalpings around to pack in underneath it, stop it from wobbling about. Got that from our friends in Fleet. Just poking the scalpings in as I go, so it's sort of bedded in it to a fairly reasonable degree. hammered it in. Watered it in. Poked it in. A tuk-tuk. And the usual little dance, of course.